Hey guys, welcome back to Carib 21, wherever in the Caribbean or in the diaspora you're watching from. So today I want to talk about some politics. So it is election season and election across the Caribbean, different islands, they are currently heating up. And the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mottley, she's coming under some heavy criticism for going to the island of Dominica, and she went to campaign for the Dominican Labour Party. So was she wrong for campaigning? Because she's not only the Prime Minister of Barbados, but she's also the chair of CARICOM. Let's talk about it. So sound off in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think it was inappropriate for the Prime Minister of Barbados to go to Dominica and to campaign for one of the political party there, knowing that the pulling power that she has and that she would have the power to influence that election? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And here is just a little footage of the campaign rally that she attended.
When I say that we have to have a partnership between people and leaders, it is to begin to discuss some of these difficult issues, because you're not going to get the kind of economic growth without people. And that is why persons like myself and your Prime Minister and others believe in the single market and single economy, believe in the freedom of movement. But even if all of us move, we still don't have enough people in this region, other than perhaps Haiti. And then we have to begin to understand the language difficulties.
Okay, so that was the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley, in Dominica at a campaign rally. And I've seen something similar to this a few months ago when the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonzalez, when he went to Jamaica and he campaigned for the People's National Party in Jamaica. But I think this is a little bit different. The fact that she is also the chair of CARICOM. And as I said, the Eastern Caribbean islands, they are very close-knit islands, and they establish like a central bank. They have their own currency, and they are closer together than the entire Caribbean region. So it seems a bit like it's not appropriate, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But I can understand why people would have a problem with this. And then there are some reaction that I'm going to show. And this reaction was taken from African Bridge TV. This is a channel that I saw on YouTube, and they were talking to people to see in Dominica to see how they felt about this. And these were some of the things that people had to say.
People, when they ask for support, not for themselves, but
for their coming, for their.
And that is the sticking point of Mayor Mottley.
Yes.
As the chairwoman of CARICOM.
Yeah.
You are in a situation right now. You cannot come to political activity from a party in Dominica as the chairwoman. If you come here on official business, you're welcome. But to come here and to be the front runner of the campaign, you are. If you look at the photo, the flyer they have around, Mayor Mottley is in front of Roosevelt Carib. She's like the boss. She's run things in Dominica.
Yeah.
You come into Dominica, you had the first issue you had in 2013, September. You came in as the sole consultant for really electoral reform. You provided a report. We don't know how much you got paid for the report. We have not seen a copy of your report. It's carried through it all. You won the election on the 24th of May 2018. The 25th you were sworn as Prime Minister. By the 31st you met the officials of Ross universities. And it took Ross from us, and the morning of when you were going to make the official announcement, Roosevelt Carib came up on radio and said that he had a press conference and said, giving a heads up that Ross will be officially moving to Barbados. You were the Prime Minister. You took Ross from us. Ross is homegrown, 40 years. That is 35% of our GDP.
Yes.
You took away from us. Then you come to 2019, the general elections. Because we protested in Salisbury and Marigot, you were one of the Prime Minister who sent troops to kill us, ambush, brutalize us on the eve of the election. As a prime minister in the Caribbean, I said to say to myself, why am I sending troops on the eve of an election? Mr. Shastney was the chairman of CARICOM at that time. But Mr. Alan Shastney of Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia.
Okay, so what are my thoughts on this? As anyone that watches this channel for any period of time would know that I have a lot of respect for the Prime Minister of Barbados. I think that she is one of the person that is kind of bringing some fire in terms of in CARICOM, trying to bring CARICOM together, because CARICOM has been like ineffective for the past 50 odd years. But since she's been Prime Minister, she's been doing a lot to bring CARICOM, the Caribbean islands, closer together. However, I don't think this is a good look for her to, as I said, to campaign in Dominica, because she would bring that star power to any political campaign. So that would be like a big disadvantage for the opposition. And I just don't think it's fair, because also she is the chair of CARICOM, and this could send a wrong message to the other islands in the Eastern Caribbean. Because I remember recently when the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, when he made some comment about the citizenship by investment program with some of the EC islands, including Dominica, and there was a heavy pushback. People criticized him. Some of the leaders in the Eastern Caribbean criticized him for coming out so publicly. The fact that the Eastern Caribbean, they're such a close-knitted group of islands, and a lot of the leaders and the people took offense to the Prime Minister of St. Vincent coming out publicly and pretty much chastising some of the leaders for the citizenship by investment program. So I can see how people would think that this is not appropriate, because, as I said, she's the chair of CARICOM. She carries that star power. So that's going to be like really unfair advantage to who she's campaigning for. And the opposition, I'm sure, would not like that. So that's just my thought. I don't think it's appropriate. She is a wise woman, so I know she would have had to sit down and think about this before she went ahead and did it. I don't know why she did it, but it's just not a good look. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this move? Do you think that it was wrong for her to do it? Let me know in the comment section. Next thing I want to talk about, I want to go to Trinidad and Tobago to talk about the opposition leader. The PNM party, they officially chose the opposition leader in Penelope Beckles, and she became the first woman of African descent and the first woman to be the leader of the PNM party and the official opposition. But it seems like something is just not right with that party.
Good morning, everyone. Good day, members of the media, and a warm greeting to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for joining us here at the Office of the Leader of the Opposition. Your presence today is a powerful reminder that our democracy is strong, our institutions remain intact, and our people remain engaged. Today is a good day in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Yesterday, as you may have seen, mine was the sole nomination for the esteemed position of political leader of the People's National Movement, thereby giving me a unanimous mandate to take the party forward and back into government. Permit me a moment to record my thanks to the people of Arima who have nominated me, and also thank members of my beloved party for their overwhelming support. As a daughter of this great nation, to have been declared the sole nominee in 2025 to lead the longest-serving political party in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, the People's National Movement, is a great honor. Today, I'm well on my way to becoming the first woman in the history of Trinidad and Tobago to be the political leader of the People's National Movement. I follow in the legacies of Dr. Eric Williams, George Chambers, Patrick Manning, and the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley. Today, I welcome you, the members of the media, to this office of the leader of the opposition. We officially started our operations here at this location yesterday, that is the 2nd of June. So members of the public are therefore advised that we are officially open to hearing from you and representing your views and advocating through this office.
I found it very suspicious when Dr. Keith Raleigh decided, when he announced late last year that he's no longer going to run, he's not seeking re-election. At the time, he said, you know what, I'm keeping my promise. I said it the last time. 4 years ago, I said that I would not run, I would not seek re-election, and I'm sticking to my promise. However, I was very surprised when he decided to pretty much hand over things to Stuart Young. And to me, that just did not seem like a good strategy. Did not seem like a good strategy at the time. And then what made it worse was after handing over leadership to Stuart Young, the election was called about a month later. And that did not make any sense because every indication in the poll would have shown that, look, they're not going to win this election. So fast forward, they lost the election and Stuart Young was replaced with Penelope Beckles. And I remember at the time saying that why did they not just put Penelope Beckles as the opposition leader and having her run against the Prime Minister, the no Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Processor, because that would be, strategically, that would be better. Strategically, like two women going against each other in Trinidad and Tobago, I believe that that would have given them a better chance. I don't believe that the party wanted Young and Young was forced onto them. And that would explain why they lost so much. But to fast forward now and to see like Penelope Beckles officially sworn in now as the official opposition leader, taking her seat as the official opposition leader. It is official. And when you look around, there's no congratulation from Stuart Young. There's no congratulation from Dr. Keith Raleigh. It makes you wonder, is there like a split within the PNM party? And that shows that was probably the reason why they lost in the first place. Because now, for her to be the official opposition now, I would expect to see Dr. Keith Raleigh standing on one side. I'd expect to see Stuart Young standing there and giving the love and support, but they were nowhere to be found. So I found that very interesting. But was there a split in the PNM party? And is that the reason why they lost and lost so badly? Sound off in the comment section and let me know. If you're in Trinidad and you know of anything that there is some type of split going on, because this just does not make any sense. Because as I said, like Dr. Keith Raleigh is like the elder, like an elder statesman in the party, and what would have kept him from not being by her side, I don't know. Just let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section. And do you think that Penelope Beckles, do you think that she's the right person for the job right now? And do you think that she'll make a good opposition leader and perhaps a good prime minister for Trinidad and Tobago one day? Sound off in the comment section and let me know what are your thoughts about this. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.